Hello Aquarius, Elsie here to do a reading for you. It is your reading for the in-between. Look, we've been looking at the in-between, these 2 weeks between eclipses here, and those eclipse energies, they linger for a while. So just because this is coming out to you on the day of, or maybe even a little bit before, the day before the eclipse, this energy still applies. So let's find out what is changing for you, because we just went through a full moon, a lunar eclipse on the 7th at Pisces, right? And now we're headed tomorrow to, as I throw these, it's the 20th. So tomorrow it's the partial solar eclipse in Virgo, which is, a really big reset, right? So the full moon in Pisces had us sort of rooting around in the basement with a flashlight, figuring that stuff was still there that we should have thrown out, right? And so we're trying to purge things or throw things away to make more room for other things. It's about the release of control, right? It's also about the rebirth after the release. And some things are going to be sort of removed from your life and without you signing off on that. We're in the great spiritual reset, by the way. And so this is not just personal. It's not just you. It is all of us. It is all of us in the world. And as you can see, everywhere around the world, no matter where you live, everything is coming into alignment. And that means that there is this difference now between levels of vibration that are very glaring, right? So Virgo is encouraging us, this new moon in Virgo, that is the partial solar eclipse, is encouraging us to clean things up and reorganize things and maybe pull things out of the basement and throw them away, right? It's asking for redirection and asking you to accept what falls away and influence what you can. This is not a time for rituals or manifestations, but influence what you can, and then just let fall away what falls away. Let's find out what's going on. There will not be an extension to this one, but we will be talking about private reads. Well, maybe I'll just tell you right now in the pinned comment if you're interested in a private read. Let's find out about Aquarius. All right. There we go. We've got, all right, 3 cards here. We've got the Anchor. We've got the Masks, and we've got card 36, which is a little bit of sadness. It's the cross, right? It's like the things that we bear. It feels like it's something that's a little bit of mourning. It feels like there's a spotlight that's been put on something that you're going to see, and I don't think you're necessarily going to like it, or you're going to realize that has to be removed from your life, because I feel like the masks are slipping. I feel like you're going to start to see some people for who they really are, Aquarius. The masks are slipping, and I think you're making definite decisions, probably up until the end of the month likely. You're making definite decisions about what you are going to oust from your life and what you are going to keep. As I look at this anchor, it feels like this anchor has been pulled from the depths, right? And the 9 of Swords is here. It feels like something is going to breach the surface or is going to come to the surface. And I feel like it is something about you or something that's going to make you feel some kind of way, because the 9 of Swords is here. It feels like it's something that you've been worried about. Something is about to be exposed, like the masks are dropping, and I feel like it's not going to make you happy. Whatever you see when the mask drops, I think isn't going to make you all that happy. I'm just going to say. We've got card 33, and that is the Cage. So look, the door is open. I think that you've left the door open for somebody to come and go as they want, and maybe you've even given them the key, but I feel like now you're reassessing. The 8 of Pentacles is here. You're reassessing the situation and wondering, are they really giving me the reciprocal energy that I want? We have a couple of 3s, which is a 6, and that's sort of, reciprocal energy. Questioning, am I on the right path? Am I getting enough bang for my buck? Am I getting back what I'm giving out? So it feels like you've left the door open for somebody to come and go, and I think they're doing just that with you, but they're not necessarily giving you their heart. I'm going to say with that little rose at the center of the cage, it feels like you're saving yourself, or your heart is maybe caged for someone else, and I feel like you want to get out of the cage is what it feels like. You want to break free. I've got a new deck that we're looking at here. I don't know why I keep burying it here. Just look at it here. We got the Places Oracle. It's a very neat deck because it is about a bunch of places, but I'm reading it metaphorically and I'm reading it literally sometimes. It's playing with my energy, my brain. I kind of love it. Let's find out what is going on for you, Aquarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Aquarius. After we get these on the table, we're going to throw some tarot here. We're going to get some details about the kind of energy you might be living in for a little while. I don't know how long these eclipse energies linger, but they do for a while. So until they dissipate, which is definitely going to be at least to the end of the month, let's find out. And what's on the heels of this eclipse is the change of season, right? It's the first day of fall. So yeah, lots going on, so much going on. Let's find out what's going on for you, Aquarius. Tell me what else Aquarius needs to know, please. We've got cinema. It says silver screen, theater, movie light, film festival. It makes me feel like something's going to be put out there. We've got this card here, which is the cross. It's like a cross to bear, but it can also be sadness. Something is not, maybe someone is not well, or it's like a sadness that I feel you're going to feel. But we have the Six of Wands in the bottom right hand corner. I feel like it's something that you knew. I mean, the Six of Wands is like the spotlight, and I feel like that's what the cinema is. It feels like, something that's on the big screen or something that's on stage. It's like something's going to be exposed. Like I was saying here with this anchor, right? It was being yanked from the depths. It feels like something is going to be exposed or put on display. Tell me more. We've got court, legal proceedings, judgment and verdict, justice and fairness. Look, there could be a verdict coming to you here, something that has to do with the legal system or being in court, maybe a legal proceeding for some of you. But it also feels, because court to me is telling me justice card, and justice card is restoration. Something is being made right. So it doesn't have to be legal for all of you, but I think that something is going to be ousted or put on display or for everyone to see, and the truth is going to come out. Something here is going to be restored. It might be your faith for some of you, that your faith in something will be restored, but I feel like there's a restoration going on here. Things are coming back into balance for you. And then we have the forest. It says dense canopy, nature's sanctuary, forest floor. So it does feel like I'm probably speaking to somebody who maybe has a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn connection here in your chart, or maybe it is Scorpio, but those are all signs that really love the outdoors. And so maybe it's time for a little bit of grounding. For some of you, there is a legal proceeding that is coming to an end, and a judgment and a verdict is going to be cast. But justice tells me here that also things are coming into balance and something is being made right again. And it doesn't have to be legal, but if it's legal for you, take it as it resonates. Leave what's not yours. Bottom of the deck, we have a garden. Something is about to bloom. I like it. It's beautiful. We've got floral delights, gardening joy, blossoming colors, and plant care. So something is nourished. Something is growing. Something is unfolding. That's what the flowers are, the roses, right? They're unfolding, and you never know what they're going to look like till they're fully unfolded, right? Some are yellow, some are pink, some are hybrids, right? Depending on what they've been growing next to, they will take on the look of each other and combine their DNAs, right? Kind of beautiful. All right. Let's look at some tarot. Tell me about Aquarius. What else do we need to know about Aquarius and all these energies here? Tell me about Aquarius. Tell me about Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter, about this in-between time for Aquarius. We've got the two of Wands. Very interesting. A decision is being made behind the scenes. It's kind of funny that the curtains are drawn. You can't really see what's behind the curtain. It feels like there's something that's going on behind the scenes here that you really can't see that's going on right now. We've got the King of Pentacles. If you are in some sort of a legal battle that has to do with money, I feel like something is being said in your favor here in this legal proceeding. It's going to make you happy. It's going to make you happy to get the material wealth from this here, but also this is stability, right? This could be a restoration of things, but it is stability, justice, and fairness. And one thing the King of Pentacles is, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, is very fair, political, like non-political, right? So very fair, practical, somebody who's analytical. This is the way that it goes because it's like grounded, right? This is literally the way it goes. We've got earth energies here. You could have an earth placement, possibly Taurus Taurus, yeah, is coming up here strongly. So possibly this reading might have to do with the Taurus. We've got the Hierophant here. It does feel like if this is a legal proceeding, it feels like there is a marriage or a commitment that's breaking up here. And it might be the splitting of assets that we're talking about. Only because this is part of this eclipse energy that relationships can be breaking up or they can be deepening the relationship. So I feel like there is with the Hierophant and the King of Pentacles and the legal proceedings here, it does feel like there is maybe a separation or a divorce going on. And somebody here is worried about their stability, their financial stability. Tell me more. Got the Three of Cups in the reverse. We've got the Devil energy. And we've got the Chariot, bottom of the deck. We've got the King of Cups. So hang in there. I'm going to say hang in there because we see the King, right? The King of Cups is always the one who is like, you can see all the waves are crashing around the King of Cups, but the King stays steady, right? And I think that's you. So feminine or masculine, right? I feel like you're supposed to keep your energy steady. You're supposed to keep your emotions steady. You're really good at that, though. You don't like people to see what's going on the underneath. You're just going to give them whatever you curate on the surface, right? So I feel like this silver screen, it feels like a breakup. I'm just going to say with this Three of Cups in the reverse, this is no fun. This is not celebratory. This is a decision that you're making because you have to make it. And it feels like it could be because there is another party involved. I don't think this is a third party thing. I don't think it's as dramatic as that. But I feel like you no longer want to be in this situation because you've realized that your happiness is elsewhere. And I don't think that you're going like something dramatic, like you're leaving someone to go to someone else. I don't think that's what's going on. But I think you've realized that you're no longer happy where you are. And I feel like you are making plans under the surface possibly and behind the scenes possibly here. But it's going to come out. I feel like you're going to finally say it, but you're not going to say it until everything is in order. And that's totally an Aquarius thing. You're going to make sure that everything's all lined up. And then you're going to say, I'm out. And the moving truck will be here in an hour. Like you're just going to bring them right to till their toes are at the finish line. And then you're going to drop it on them. That's what it feels like here. We've got the King of Pentacles here and this legal proceedings here. Look, we have the Devil energy here. It feels like somebody was very codependent on you financially. And I think I've told you that before. Somebody here was very codependent, very attached to you because of the financial resources that you brought to the relationship. This doesn't have to be marriage. This could be someone you committed to, which means that when you were dating them, you weren't dating anyone else. Maybe you lived with them. Maybe you were married to them. Maybe you are married to them. But take it as it resonates for you. This is not what one specific person, because this is not a private read. This is a general read. So the Devil energy tells me that somebody became very codependent or very used to the lifestyle that you provided for them. I feel like this King of Pentacles energy tells me that you provided everything financially. And I think that somebody here is trying to get your money, is what it feels like with these legal proceedings. So a judgment and a verdict is coming, but justice and fairness will be served. So as long as everything is on the up and up, I feel like justice and fairness will be served. And I feel like the splitting of assets, if there's anything to split, works out in your favor. It does feel like, though, with the Devil energy here, that there is doubt, fear, and codependency, and a little bit of toxicity. I'm just going to say. We do have the Chariot here. We have the Hierophant. And so it does feel like to me things are finally coming into a place of discipline because the Hierophant is disciplined. The Hierophant is on a path, is reading the scripture, is teaching whatever has been taught to them, right? So they're teaching solid, grounded, literal things, right? They're not like just taking an idea and trying to float it. They have backing for everything that they're teaching, right? So something that can be proven, right? We've got the Chariot energy here, and that tells me discipline. I feel like you're a person who's very disciplined in your energy. You know what you want. You go get what you want. You make the path. It feels like very serious. It's serious business here. You're very serious about your discipline, Aquarius, is what it feels like. And you're not going to allow somebody just to come in and just take whatever they want to take of yours. I feel like something here is unfolding. And so let's go back over here and find out. It feels like the mask has slipped. There could be somebody who's decided to leave you and possibly is deciding that they're going to take your money with them. But either way, even if there's no dramatic stuff like that, I feel like somebody's just realized they're no longer happy there. And so now I have to plan my way out before I reveal everything in the cinema. Before I tell everybody and show everybody that I'm completely out, the neighbors are going to know when the moving truck pulls up, right? So I feel like it's going to be announced at some point. We've got the 10 of Pentacles, we've got the 5 of Wands, and we've got the Page of Swords. I'm just going to say, you are the observer, Aquarius. If there's anyone who's observing every eyebrow, every flick of the mouth, right? You're observing the blinks of the eye. If there's anybody who's the observer, it's you. I feel like someone's mask was slipping. I think that you figured it out before they figured out that you figured it out. And that's Aquarius, always one step ahead, right? It feels like with this Page of Swords energy that you figured out what was going on even before they knew you figured it out. And the 5 of Wands is here. I feel like there was competition here. I want to say that somebody in your life, I don't know who they are, it could be a romantic, it could be a marriage, all those things that I mentioned, could be a friendship, but it feels like somebody here had you in competition and you didn't know it. So maybe you were dating someone and they were seeing someone else, or they had other people in the DMs. It feels like somebody was giving them money, or they were getting money from other people, but you were also paying all the bills, stable, got the home, you're bringing in the groceries, going to work day to day, and somebody else was getting gifts from other people. It does feel like that. So the 5 of Wands tells me that there was competition that you didn't know about, and it was the 10 of Pentacles. That's why I'm saying that. It feels like there was financial competition. It feels like although you were with this person, that they were taking monetary gifts from other people. And, you know, it's not so bad when it's your bestie or your friend, but I think it was from other people that they were interested in romantically. It feels like whatever is revealed makes you sad, but a spotlight is on it with the 6 of Wands here. So I feel like, unfortunately, the mask slips and you see it, something comes to the surface, and I feel like once you figure out what's going on, you keep it behind the curtain, and then you begin to plan. And that's what I love about Aquarius. Aquarius is going to keep the cards close to the chest. And then I'm going to come to you and let you know exactly that I knew what was going on. And that's why Aquarius is such a cool energy. Highly intelligent, right? So we have the Wheel of Fortune. There it is. We have the 7 of Cups, the illusion, absolutely. And then we have the Empress in reverse. Oh my gosh. Whew, this is getting to be a little bit dramatic here. Aquarius, I think what's going on here, and look, maybe this isn't your reading, but I think that I'm sort of pinning it for somebody here. It looks like with the Wheel of Fortune here, all of this is supposed to fall apart right now. It's all supposed to come to a place of destiny and change. Everything is supposed to fall apart so it can fall back together again. I feel like the 7 of Cups tells me that there was an illusion. It was something behind the curtain that you didn't see, that you picked up on. And I think what you realized is that you were with somebody who was the Empress in reverse. And so the Empress in reverse in this particular context to me is somebody who's not honest. They're not truthful. They're somebody who's kind of lazy. They're someone who's waiting for you to bring home food, or you to cook the meal, or you to give them something to wear. Like, this is somebody who's maybe wants to be a mother or a father, or who is a parent but doesn't take care of the children. Like, it feels like somebody who is very into themselves. They're all about the hair and the nails and the Armani suit and the cars and the things that I can show other people when I'm on stage. I like the stage, so I'm going to show them all the money and things and stuff that Aquarius has given me. So I feel like you ended up acquiring an Empress in reverse, whether they are feminine or masculine, and I feel like you ended up with some sort of codependent attachment financially. I think that for some of you, you have to go to the court system in order to detach and release yourself from this attachment of the devil energy. And I think for some of you, it is things that are finally going to be made right again. This is what it feels like, if it's not about something legal. We've got the Magician, we've got the 6 of Pentacles, and we have the Star. I kind of love that because the Star is about the healing of the finances. Something's working out in your favor, and I feel like whatever's going on here, I think you already know it's going to work out in your favor. But the 6 of Pentacles is here. Look, the thing is about you, Aquarius, is you're the damn humanitarian. And I'm a Taurus, and I'm like, don't you dare give the money on the way out the door. But you know, you're the kind of person that if you're the person with all of the wealth, that you're the kind of person who's going to pay for a year's worth of rent and say, just leave me alone. I'm just going to pay the mortgage for a year. I'm going to pay the rent for the year and just leave me alone. I never want to know you're alive. just don't talk to me anymore. I feel like this is what this is telling me here. That although this person has become so very codependent, you're not just cutting them off. I feel like you're being human with them. I feel like you're like giving them enough groceries for a month before you leave, or you're putting money in their account before you leave. You're making sure that they have what they need, but you're taking what's yours. The star is here, and I feel like with the Six of Pentacles, that's why I'm saying that, because look at all the pentacles on the wall, and she's giving that girl 1 pentacle. I think that's what you're doing. You're keeping 5 for yourself, and I think you're giving 1 away. So you're saying, here's the pentacle, go grow something from it, because I'm not going to be around to figure it out for you. With the 5 pentacles sitting here on the wall, I feel like that's what you do when you depart from this person, when you cut them off, like you're done, you back right away. The star energy is here. I feel like you finally, for the first time in a very long time, start feeling hopeful. And I think that you're on to your next manifestation. This is also a healing energy. So I feel like whatever's going on here, that it is... it's a healing energy. That is something that is going to heal this whole thing for you here. We also have the Hierophant, which is very serious, very structured, right? This is a lot of structure. I'm going to teach you what I know because there's proof to back it up. It's like, this is the person who's analytical, and I've got all the proof to back it up. You're very disciplined here. I feel like this Forest energy is telling me that you need to recharge, that you need to be very serious about your healing. I feel like because I'm an earth sign, right? I'm a Taurus. I always feel healed when I go into nature. And I feel like you might be the same way because you are an air sign, right? You're always in the mind. And I think that the earth, the smell of the trees, the smell of the wet earth, the forest, right? It would be damp. It feels like that is what sort of calms the mind or calms the brain here. You've been so structured and so disciplined for so long. I think you just need to breathe. You need to let go here. We've got the sun is in the reverse here. We've got the 10 of cups, and then we've got the hermit energy. Yes, it feels like you do need time to build your own structure, build a new foundation, to sort of take your own teachings and say, yeah, I got to figure out what I'm doing from here. I think you're going to the forest so you can listen to the higher self, so you can be with yourself. The hermit energy tells me that you're looking for your light, or you're looking for your way in the dark. Maybe you're going through a dark night of the soul. We've got the 10 of cups here. And so the 10 of cups tells me that, you thought that you were going to have the 10 of cups, but when the sun is in the reverse, it's like I saw everything happening. I saw it because when the sun is here, the sun is the sun. It puts a spotlight on everything, and you can see everything that's going on. And I think that you did finally see what was going on, and what you realized is that when the sun is in the reverse, yes, it's a warm place to be, but it's like laying on the beach. It's fine. It's a warm place to be, but you don't learn anything while you're laying there, but it's necessary to rest and relax and be under the sun. But the sun in the reverse tells me there is no growth. You realize that you were at the glass ceiling in this commitment here. You hit the glass ceiling, and I think that your intention was to have the 10 of cups, but I feel like that's not what happened because there was no growth here. You could not grow into the 10 of cups with someone who is just going to be there to take a handout or to take whatever it is that you give them, right? We've got the 8 of cups here. There it is. That's sort of what's happening here. I feel like once you observe it and the masks fall, I feel like whatever it is that you're doing here, you realize someone for who they are. You realize, I've got to disconnect. I've got to let my future unfold as it will, and I've just got to go. The door is open. It's time to fly, my friend. It's time to go and not feel bad about that either. Queen of Cups, she's pouring her cup of water back into the ocean here. And so I feel like you feel a little bit drained, or a little bit, I feel like you feel a little bit empathically exhausted, I'm going to say, because I feel like you put a lot of time, effort, and energy and emotion, which you don't usually do. Like, you don't usually get all of your emotions in there, and I think this time you did, and I think that's why it's exhausted. I think that's why you waited, why you didn't want to see what was going on here first. I think that's why you waited to go. You needed to be healed first before you could move forward. I think there is an Ace of Cups here. Look, you're going to find your way. Your heart is going to heal. You are going to find, you've poured out the cup here, but there's another one waiting for you here. This could mean romance. This could mean the love of self. This could mean the opening of the heart chakra, the opening of the heart after it's been closed down for a while. So Very interesting. Tell me if that resonates with you, because man, I felt that super strong. I'm going to go for now. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you have a beautiful eclipse time here. Yeah, I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back because I'm always back. Take care, Aquarius. Bye-bye.